Hi friend, welcome to a new update. Ministry of Finance issued a notification on 3rd May 2023, including chartered accountant, company secretary, and cost accountant under the ambit of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act if executed any transaction on behalf of the client. Let's first check a notification and then check a section in detail and what are the new compliances after applicable changes in PMLA Act. Let's start from the notification. Dear friend, notification says that in exercise of the power mentioned under section 2, subsection 1, clause SA of subclause 6, it says that the central government has the power to notify financial transaction carried out by a relevant person on behalf of the client in the course of his or her profession in relation to the following. Here, activity mentioned that buying and selling of any immovable property, managing of the client money, security, or other asset, management of the bank, saving or securities accounts, organization of contribution for the creation, operation, or management of the companies, and fifth, creation, operation, or management of the companies, LLP, trust, or buying and selling of business entities shall be an activity for the purpose of said subsection. And here the word the relevant person given in the explanation 1, that is a relevant person includes individual obtaining a certificate of practice under CA and practicing individually or through the firm, or an individual who has obtained certificate of the practice under company certificate and practicing individually or through a firm, and an individual who have obtained certificate under the cost and work accounting act and practicing individually or through a firm. Here is the relevant person defined as the includes practicing CA, practicing CS, and practicing CM. Now we see when you check the person carrying on the designated business or profession under section 2 subsection 1 clause SA or subclause 6. When you see here, that is the subclause number 6. There says person carrying on such other activities as the central government may by notification so designate from time to time. And here this notification notify. And under the definition of the reporting entity, when you check the definition of reporting entity means a banking company, financial institution, intermediary, or person carrying on a designated business or profession. And here there is after this changes, CA, CS, and CMA included as a designated business and person carrying on the designated business or profession. And there's the impact of the changes under the PMLA Act. When you check the PMLA Act, there is the section number 11A says that the verification of identity by reporting entity. But here, CA, CS, CMA undertaking a transaction on behalf of the client or creation or creditor or managing a transaction or creation of the company, LLP, trust, buying, selling of the business entity. Then in that case, reporting entity verify the identity, verification of identity by reporting entity. Every reporting entity shall verify identity of its clients and beneficial owner. This section applicable on the CS, CS, CMA after this changes, and reporting entity to maintain records. And here CS, CS, CMA should shall maintain a record of all transactions, including information relating to the transaction, and in such manner as to enable it to reconstruct individual transaction and furnish to the director who is appointed under section 49 of the PMLA Act within such time as may prescribe information relating to such transaction, whether attempted or executed, the nature and value of which may be prescribed, and maintain record of the documents evidencing identity of its client and beneficial owner, as well as the account files and business correspondence related to its client. This is the big impact on the practicing skill. And subsection 2 says that every information maintained, furnished, or verified, save as other provided under any law for the time being forth, shall be kept confidential. And third, records referred to in clause A of subsection 1 shall be maintained for a period of the 5 years from the date of the transaction between a client and the reporting entity. That is the 5-year requirement to maintain that document, the information records. This is the section 12. And when you see the section 12A, access to information, director appointed under section 49 may call for from any reporting entity, any of the record referred under section 11A or 12.1 or 12AA and any additional information as the considered necessary for the purpose of this act. And every subsection 2 says every reporting entity shall furnish to the director such information as be required under subsection 1 within prescribed time, within such time and the manner as he may specify, and save as otherwise provided under any law for the time being forth. Every information sought by the director under subsection 1 shall be kept confidential. These are the section applicable after changes in the PMLA. There is the 80 article says that India has widened the ambit of anti-money laundering laws, which now include transactions that are executed by professionals such as CA, CS, and CMA. The professionals must examine the financial position of their client, including source of their funds. For this, article says that setting up a company, buying property, and financial transaction executed by a CS, CS, and CMA on behalf of the client will now be covered under the anti-money laundering law. The Finance Ministry on Thursday notified changes to the PMLA Act, widening its ambit to include several transactions facilitated by these professionals. They would need to examine ownership and financial position, including client source of the funds, and record the purpose of the specified transaction. They will be liable under the PMLA if they facilitate a transaction that violates the PMLA law. The changes have been made in subclause 6 of clause AC of subsection 1 of section 2 of the PMLA, which defines relevant person and firm covered under the anti-money laundering law. Earlier, the act did not include this professional. Now, CA, CS, and CMA have all become reporting entities. You see technical technicality in the section. This professional will now be responsible for activities on behalf of the client, such as buying and selling of any immovable property, managing assets, creation, operation, or management of the companies, limited liability partnership or trust, and buying, selling of the business entities. These are details. And here the box it is mentioned that the widened ambit, that is mandatory to maintain record of the transaction done for the client and required to examine ownership, source of the fund of the client. It's very, very clear. Practicing CSCMA now reporting entity under the PMLA. Thank you so much for watching this update.